Hi Margaret, good to see you again at the National Creative Story. And based on your success of Beautiful too, I mean, everybody is raving about how Warner Bros. Right now has come into the picture, trying to make this into a movie. Could you tell us more about at what stage right now Beautiful series is now being put at, and is it going to be a reality on screen? And is there a list of artists or actors that you have in mind that will fit in the personalities of your characters? I mean, you and Carrie surely could have thought about this. So, you tell us more.
Well, Warner, as you know, Warner Brothers optioned the entire series actually before the first book even came out, so that was pretty exciting. And we're very fortunate because an Academy Award nominated writer named Richard Gravity is writing and directing. He is pretty highly regarded for his adaptations of books that he's filmed, which makes me even happier because it means he knows how to work with a book, which is really important. And he did the script for Water for Elephants and for some older films for Madison County, The Horse Whisperer, and some of these films. He worked on a bunch of things. He just finished the script for a big movie coming out in the States for everywhere called Unbroken, or Untold Friends. So we were excited. He wanted to do something teen and something supernatural. So he came to us with his producing partner, Erwin Stock, who also did Water for Elephants and did The Blind Side, which is a football movie, Sandra Bullock. And one of the brilliant things about Erwin is he really knows how to get a film made. So we're now working with a subsidiary of Warner called Alcon. The script has gone through several revisions. We have a casting director who's working, and I know they're casting. It's very nerve-wracking. Every day on Twitter, I'll see someone say, I went in and read for the part of Ethan Waite, and I went in and read for Lena Duquesne, and that's sort of crazy to see. But I know that stuff is going, and I don't know what I'm allowed to say in terms of the dates, but I know they have a plan to start shooting spring.
Okay, but could you share with us, there's one actor that you probably would like most that will fit into the character?
Well, I know that they're looking for some, name established people for the adults in the series, or so, the Macon or the Alma. I don't know. I think they want to leave the teenagers more unknown, as is the case with Twilight, so the reader can really identify with those actors almost like characters, and that's fine. I really trust these guys, so I'm not worried the way often authors are worried that the movie will somehow not help the book. I think it's great, and I'm really happy with this specific team. Many books are optioned in Hollywood, not many are made. So right now, this is about as far as I've seen a book go. So, that isn't actually in full-on production yet. So that's kind of interesting. We'll see. Knock wood.
Yeah.
I've gotten used to Logan Lerman as a young actor because all our readers in different countries put him in the fan movies they make as Ethan. So sometimes I forget the movie hasn't already been made because I've seen so many book trailers that Russian readers did some good ones. A friend of ours, Vanya Slanova in the United States, makes them all the time. She makes our official ones. And then readers in the South and the UK, they make movies. So I'm used to seeing whatever footage they put together.
Great. So great for Warner Bros. In their upcoming ventures. And lastly, for aspiring writers and fans, they like to know if you could share just about some pointers of best practices and secret writing methods that you have adopted, and how you both, Cami and were able to co-write and agree artistically. I think it's a real challenge for two authors to actually write. Apart from the last one of the last series I've seen so far is Left Behind. And Left Behind was written by two authors, great authors. And so now we have a series written by two female authors, So this is really something. Could you give us some pointers?
Well, for Cami and for me in particular, we knew each other really well. So if you're going to work with someone, make sure you trust them and you respect them, you respect their opinions. And really, we work almost like editors on each other's stuff. So we trade chapters back and forth, and then we just cross out and fix what the other person's written. And we do that so many times that it ends up coming into one cohesive voice. It's a little like erosion. The wave keeps pounding at the shore, and if you can survive the wave that many times, you make it into the book. And we have an editor who's just as hard on the manuscript as we are. So we definitely have. In Europe, the saying is, how do you write with four hands? That's what I say in Spain and France, with four hands. And as my friend pointed out, it's really six hands. It's the editor and two of us. But mostly, we've learned to collaborate. For a writer who's starting out, I would say you can't become a writer if you don't write. So actually sit down, what I say to students sometimes is BIC, but in chair. You have to sit down and write. I actually have a book I bring around with me that I write in all the time, because if you don't write down when the idea comes to you, you won't have it. So I carry a book and a pen around with me. A lot of writers do that. And I also think you need to be kind to yourself, be patient. It's a long process. Develop your ear, read what you want to write, read all the time. And I think loving to read teaches you what's great about books, and I think that's sort of the other side of writing. Pay attention to yourself, the details of your own person, and the details of your writing. And that's really it. Just don't give up.
One last question: before ever, the beautiful series was ever published, and have Cami and yourself thought about when you write this book? Did you thought about making it a viable commercial success?
No, never.
And was money always a issue when it comes to writing? Because many authors do argue that if I were to write a book, I should be paid.
Well, I mean, it's great to be paid. But it just so happens that the way we wrote this book was on a bet from my oldest teenager. Cami and I came up with this idea because we love to read fantasy, and we traded books back and forth. And I said to my daughter, we're going to write this book. My writing partner was their teacher, had been their teacher. And they said, you're not really going to write this book, Mom, because you may think you will, but you won't finish it because you never finish anything. And then it was like a dare, so I said, it's on. And then we wrote that book. They read it a little bit every day after they finished their homework. I wrote it every day. Cami wrote it, and by the end of 12 weeks, we had a 600-page book. And so, really, it was just from winning the bet. Like, I just wanted to prove my daughter wrong. I didn't know it would ever be published.